Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Voices from the Mausoleum. In today's episode, we have Tasha again. Hashtag Horror Besties.
Right.
And don't worry, we're not going to like drive you nuts like we did this past weekend with our Horror Bestie Breakdown. But we are going to be talking about two specific movies that fall under the theme of aliens, because Tasha is a big alien fan.
I am.
Yep, which is actually why I made the logo for Horror Bestie Breakdown, aliens.
So appropriate.
So appropriate. And you already know that because you listen to every episode, so you've already seen the logo, so you're up to date. So we decided we were going to just do, well, originally we were going to do a different franchise, but it was a lot bigger and I didn't want to pay to rent the movies to rewatch them. So instead, we are going to talk about two movies, that one I picked and one that Tasha picked, and we're just going to talk about them. There will be spoilers, but we are not going to spoil the endings. Right? That's what
Sounds fair.
Okay. So, so the first movie we're going to be talking about that has to do with aliens is the 2009 Mia Jovovich movie, The Fourth Kind. She's going to be so offended when she sees this episode.
Right? You're like, you know what? I would have loved her, but she just
she butchered my name. Yeah. So, so I guess I'll talk a little bit about this one since I'm the one that picked it, and then you can talk a little bit about the second one. There's not a lot of movies that that unsettle me to the point that it disrupts my sleep. But I think after I saw this movie in theaters, I had nightmares about being abducted for a couple weeks after the fact. It's like it's from 2009. If you're not familiar, the short synopsis of this movie is that it's filmed like a documentary side by side with a reenactment. Kind of like there's TV shows like that. And it's a story of this woman who is a therapist.
Yeah.
In Nome, Alaska.
Yep.
Nome. I wanted to say Rome for some reason. That's not right. In Nome, Alaska, where there is this really kind of crazy phenomenon regarding missing people. Like a lot of people go missing. The numbers are kind of crazy, but it kind of serves around this woman who is continuing to see these patients, and her husband, who's no longer alive, was doing these, had these ideas for these weird things that these people had in common. And so she's kind of picking this up. She has two other children. And as she's diving into hypnosis with these patients, these very bizarre coincidences start to show up and very weird things start to happen. And then it kind of goes, down like that. And that's the story. That's the point of the movie, is she's trying to figure out what is going on in her hometown, and she gets a little too deep, and aliens don't like that. So, this movie, I think, so, it's one of those things where, like, when you see things that are like, oh, it's based on a true story or inspired by a true story, like, it's not 100% fact. But I think it took me a little while to shake that with this one, because it had the documentary pieces and then the reenactment pieces, and it just seemed and felt like it was real.
Yeah. I totally forgot until I watched it today that they had done it that way. And it definitely adds that little extra, like you said, like, that it's not legit, but at the same time they do it so well and piece them together so well that it's hard not to get absorbed into it and be like, oh my God, this actually happened.
Yeah, you forget.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. And I think the sequences that have to do with the actual activity are really unsettling. Like, so to me, aliens are scary in general. Aliens scare me. I'm definitely a believer. They scare me. Like, that concept is very scary to me. So aliens are it's kind of like underwater stuff. It gets me kind of right off the bat because I'm already a little unnerved by it. But I think that the style is super effective. And I also really liked, so there, I don't remember, you might know this more than me, Tasha. I don't remember if that part, the missing people, there are a lot of missing people in Alaska. That is kind of true, isn't it?
Yeah. Actually, there's because I'm a nerd like this. There's a documentary on Discovery Plus. Love it. And I can't remember what the exact name of it is, but it's related to alien activity in Alaska.
Oh,
okay. And they've got like a little triangle up there that is kind of a hot spot. So
yeah. So they kind of take that and kind of run with it in this one. So the other thing that's always crazy is, like, thinking about when you're sleeping, you're in such a vulnerable state. Like when you go to bed at night and you're like hugging your little teddy bear, or whatever, whatever you do.
Don't judge
and
me.
Tasha. It's like you're in a really vulnerable state, and this concept of being in that vulnerable state and then having these things come down, and like that's really like that's scary to me. And then the use of one of the things that comes up through these hypnosis sessions or whatever is that all of these people are seeing this owl. And I love owls. But like damn, the shots of the owls are so creepy. Did you think they were creepy?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that was, and I like owls too, so I did anyways, not anymore.
I know, and now you're like, God, that's scary as hell. You see an owl outside, you're like,
yeah, shoo, go on, find somewhere else.
Yeah, you better abduct people across the street. I'm not playing with you today.
Yeah,
it's funny. Yeah, I thought the use of owls was really smart because owls have those dome shapes inside right here. Their eyes aren't that big, but they appear massive with certain, like, I almost said certain styles. What the? Certain styles of owls. Certain. What's the word I'm looking for?
I would expect more from an emo owl than, kind of a preppy one. Like, I get it.
The cheerleader owl versus the jock. Oh my God. Species? Yeah, not species. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not an owl expert, okay? Oh my God, you guys, this has been such a long week. Oh God, I needed that laugh. Okay. Back on track. Mike, feel free to leave that stupidity in. It's fine. Yeah, so the type of owl that they use, though, it has these very, like, its eyes are small and very back, so it's like it's got all its feathers and stuff. It just looks really crazy.
Yeah, it does.
And yeah, really scary. And one of my favorite parts that like really had me effed up was that part where she falls asleep recording.
Yes. Yes. And then she hands it off to her secretary to transcribe, and she's like, you need to listen to this. Yeah, that was probably one of the biggest for me, because you can see, like, she does a great job of kind of showing, like, that horror,
that fear, and like, oh my God,
this happened to me and I don't remember it. Like,
yeah. And then she goes back and she starts looking through her room and she finds the scratches and oh my God, that part got me so bad. I was so uncomfortable. I was like, I'm never going to Alaska. There ain't no way.
It's bad enough, like, to think of things happening to you while you're sleeping, but that it could be such a traumatic thing and you not realize it at the time, or not realize it afterwards. Like, that's even worse.
Yeah. And that was another thing, because all of the people, it's like 3 or 4 people. I can't remember exactly how many people. But when she, there's that one part where the one patient goes home after going under hypnosis and ends up like, that part was really for me, because the truth is like, if we are being abducted in our sleep, it's probably best that we don't remember it, because I feel like we would literally go insane. Like, our brain, especially, like, some probably worse than others, but like, we're not ready for that.
Yeah, no, trying to comprehend that happening and having no control over it. It's like,
there's no way we would be able to, like, even handle that. Like, it's just one of those things. But I really liked it. I really liked the therapy part, the hypnosis. I love the use of the owls. I loved all of the sequences that they showed side by side when they went back and forth between the documentary style and the reenactment was really well done. And it was an effective, scary movie. That movie scared me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. And I like too, when they're showing the interview with the real doctor, like when they show after it happened, and you can see just like how she's still so traumatized. Honestly, to me, she kind of looked a little bit like an alien.
I kind of thought the same.
Big eyes, like
her cheeks are like
sunken in.
And no, I agree. I had the same thought. I was like,
I'm glad it wasn't just
What's
me.
going on here? No, it's not she. Well, but I think she was probably cast that way on purpose because she did look so bizarre, and she really did a good job of looking so like lost and sad and
yeah,
almost empty, I guess is probably like a good way to describe it. But yeah, I thought that was I love that movie. I thought that was a really good one. That's one of my favorite alien movies.
mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's a good one.
Yeah, and it's like I don't remember. So it's called The Fourth Kind before the fourth because the fourth kind of whatever is when they take you.
The fourth encounter, yeah.
The fourth encounter, thank you. So it's
encounter.
Like yeah.
So the first kind is visual sightings of a UFO seemingly less than 500 feet away. Second kind is a UFO event in which a physical effect is alleged, like messing with the vehicles, feeling sick, whatever.
Yeah.
The third is seeing aliens. The fourth is
when they're taken.
Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Fourth is the abduction. And then the fifth is direct communication between aliens and humans.
Okay, I think we found the same article. Okay. Yeah, so that's what they are. We knew that without having to look it up, obviously. And
I mean, who doesn't?
I remembered the first and the fourth one. Those are the two most important ones.
I mean, I feel like those are kind of the important ones to remember anyways.
Yeah. Because if you see it, the fourth can happen. Therefore, move away.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like this movie a lot. I thought it was definitely effective. It's really made me very uncomfortable.
Oh, absolutely. They did a great job with the style and everything. They made a lot of good choices. 8 stars.
Yeah. That's a good one. I really like that one a lot. And I also liked, side note, that you didn't see the aliens. We never really saw them.
Yeah, you just hear like when they're projecting their voices through the different people when they're like unconscious. Man, that
didn't care for that,
like gritty voice, like
yeah. And you know it's crazy, and I don't know if you feel this way or not, but like one of the things that can make or break things with with like stuff like that is voices. So like if they do like this really shitty demonic voice, it like totally breaks up my immersion into the movie. Like I'm totally like, that was stupid. Like, so the fact that this was so well done made it more unsettling than if it had been like some horrible fake voice that we've heard a million times and it was just not like, I don't know, like it seems like they just put a little more time into it and made it kind of, better.
And that it was just almost difficult enough that like you probably wouldn't have been able to tell what it said if they hadn't had the subtitles in there.
Yes.
Because you really have to listen to it.
Then you're like, what? Yeah. No, I agree. That's a good point. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I love that. I thought the speech and some of the things they made them say, especially like in that last major sequence.
Yeah.
About being like God. And I'm like, oh, see?
Yeah.
Aliens terrify me.
Moving. I wouldn't live in Alaska anyways. No offense to anybody who does, but
yeah, no, I wouldn't live there either. There's a vampire movie about Alaska. There's an alien. Y'all got a monster problem. I'm not living up there.
There's too many check marks on that list.
And the vampires are scary. I don't think so. I'm like, all right, so that was a really good one. You want to introduce our second one?
Dark Skies. So I went and saw this one in theaters, and kind of like you said, with it disturbing sleep. I don't even know how long. With me, but yeah, this was one because in this one we do see it. It's the family that starts having all these weird things happening, and they start trying to kind of sort out what's going on. And of course, the things that happen as it goes on get a little more ominous and terrifying. And then you actually see the aliens in this one, so that just So man, and especially like the way that they brought the kids into it. like the youngest one, when they take him to the park and all of a sudden he just pees his pants and starts screaming.
Oh my God.
Yes. And he doesn't remember a thing about it later. Oh.
No.
And then they take his shirt off at the pool to go swimming and he's got like
and they
all the
find
bruises.
That. Yeah.
So it's just, and I liked, I mean, obviously it's not enough to call it found footage, but I like how they did the security cameras in the house. And he could see like where it's walking through the house based on the static and everything.
Yeah. That was really well done. That was a nice little touch because, and it made sense for them to do that because they were helpless. Like they didn't know what else to do. Yeah. And he's like, well, fuck yeah, I'm putting cameras up. Like,
yeah. Because at that point he hasn't accepted that it's
what it is.
That could be an option. Mm-hmm. So he was still like, no, it'll be fine. We'll catch it. And no. And one of my biggest things is when you find somebody in a yard at night when they're not supposed to be out there and their back is turned to you, like you always know that there's going to be something up with them when you get them, like, when you can actually see their face. Yeah. And then he just starts like yelling and blood pouring out of his nose and dude,
I think if anybody, whether I care about this person or not, if you outside in the yard in the middle of the night facing away from me, you just gonna be out there. I'm about to lock the doors. I'm about to call the police. They can deal with your crazy ass. I'm not doing it.
See you when the sun comes up.
Movies. I'm not doing it. Blair Witch, Paranormal Activity. I'm not playing with y'all. Y'all can stay outside and freeze to death. I'm not coming out there for you.
No. I like to like where they had they go to like the expert with the checklist.
And where he like talks about like the grays and the I like that part a lot. And the guy that plays him, I really like him too. I can't think of his name, but I like him a lot too. So Kerry Russell is in this one. She plays the mom. Mm-hmm. And what was she in that just recently just talked about?
Antlers,
yeah. So I do like her in a horror setting, or I guess sci-fi, whatever you want to say. But I really liked her. I think that the family aspects were the parts that really got you invested in some of those scares, though, because you're just like kind of feel so bad for them, and you're like, well, what are they going to do? Like, you can't just go, like, it's just like everything else. You can't go to the police and be like, I'm pretty sure aliens are stalking our house at night. You know, like, you can't say that. So, you feel really bad for them. And I think that helped make some of those, like, really intense moments. Like, when they get that dog and they've got the, all of those, like, moments, like, were really, they worked really well. And it was kind of a B film as far as, like, I don't think it had, like, a giant budget. But, no, it was released in theaters, I guess. It felt very like B film to me, but in a good way, like a good B film.
Yeah. And they kind of get into, I mean, it's not all happening while they're sleeping, but like when they start losing time, she's in the middle of showing that house and she just walks over to the door and starts banging her head against it. And she wakes up thinking it's all a dream, and turns out she just lost like 6 hours and didn't remember any of it. And that too, like, the idea that you can be out and about doing whatever in the middle of your day and all of a sudden just lose it. Mm-hmm. That's, how do you tell people, well, I'm pretty sure it's aliens. Everybody's just going to be like, all right, cool. Well, here's a number to a doctor and you should take care of that. So
we're going to call DFACS to take your kids, and good luck. Like, and I won't say what it is, but the ending, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. I did not see that coming. That was a really nice, unique way to end an alien movie. I liked it.
Yeah. And the whole twist that they drop, like they think this one particular person is the target the whole time.
And it's not.
And oof, they did a good job of that.
Hard. Yeah. Well, and then they pull out the picture. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That I won't to ruin it for anybody who hasn't seen it. That movie came out in 2013, but if you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It was really well done. I liked it a lot. And it wasn't one that I saw. Did you say you saw this one in theaters?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't see this one in theaters. I probably rented it, maybe Redbox. I don't know. I watched it when it came out, like on something, I'm sure. And, because I wasn't sure about it, because alien films,
they're hit or miss.
I feel like they're either amazing or really bad. Like, I don't know that I've ever felt in between. Maybe. Maybe.
I mean, I guess it's kind of different, like thinking scare factor wise, because I mean, there's some that are still really good, but like Signs
they're not.
did not scare the shit out of me the way these ones did.
Yeah. Signs was a really good one. We talked about that in her top 5 influential horror, which I'm going to put up here when this gets posted.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, no, both these movies legit scared the crap out of me.
Well, and I think a lot of it, honestly, is aside from being effective movies in general, it's because it has to do with abduction. Like, abduction is such a terrifying concept. Like, aliens coming down here and destroying the planet, they probably should. Like, that's fine. I can accept that. But like, it's the taking me and bringing me back and forth thing that, like, I can't. I can't do it. Like, that part makes me so uncomfortable. So I think that's part of why they're so much worse than some of the others. This is a random side question. I probably should have just texted and asked you this, but have you seen District 9?
A long time ago.
Okay. I loved that movie. I was just curious if you'd seen it. It's about aliens.
I want to say the copy that I watched, I think it was like a bootleg copy. I guess I probably shouldn't admit that, but one of my friends had given me the copy that they had to watch. And there was a lot of errors and stuff in there, so I didn't really get like the full, so I should probably watch it again.
Yeah. When Movie Stop was still a thing and you could go get movies for like $1, like used movies. I'm pretty sure that was one that I got from there. God, I loved Movie Stop. I just go in there, it's like a little kid in a candy store. I was like, I'm gonna go buy all of the horror movies. That's all I bought. And it was cool because like you always like I'm pretty sure that's where it came from. And then like I still have a lot of like DVDs that say like $2 or buy 2 for $5 or whatever, you know. Sorry, I was just curious if you'd seen District 9. I really liked it a lot. That's a good alien movie too for anybody interested in watching that one. Dark Skies was effective. I really like Kerry Russell in a horror setting.
That was, I actually was like rewatching it today. It made me laugh because I remember, I think one of the things I pointed out with Antlers was that she always looks like she's like this teary mess.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, she really does look like that all the time.
She's like an older version of Kristen Stewart. She just looks the same, which works.
Has one emotion.
And that's just the one. And it works in these settings because they're horror movies about children and grief and loss and all these things. So it totally works. But yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, same affect.
Like when she smiles, you're like, just don't.
Don't even try.
Just give up. You're doing so good. Just like let it fall where it fall where it lands, whatever. And I like Dark Skies. I think those are both really good movies.
Yeah, I after rewatching both of them today, I have concerns about my sleep tonight.
Oh no.
So, especially because now that I'm off night shift, I actually sleep when it's dark out
versus in the middle of the day. Yeah.
So, I actually woke up the other night and like panicked because it was so dark in my room and I didn't know where I was. And
oh yeah, you said it was very disorienting.
Yes. Oh my God. So now I get to deal with that tonight. But I love anything alien because they have so much room to work with. Like they're just, I mean, who's going to say what's realistic and what's not?
Yeah. The sky is the limit.
Yeah. Literally. So it opens a lot of doors. And I mean, and for the most part, pretty much every alien movie I've ever seen like scares me to some extent. But these two in particular just...
Oh, I don't know if these are really aliens. I was going to be like, a movie I love, but I don't think they're technically aliens. I think they're just monsters. So pretend I didn't have that thought.
Oh, okay.
That's right. Moving right along. I really liked both of them. I as far as like horror alien movies, I think Fourth Kind's probably my favorite one.
I would say probably Dark Skies for me.
Yeah, that's why we picked. That's why we picked them.
But right?
Because I mean, I just like it takes a lot to like unsettle me outside of movie time. Like a lot of stuff when I watch it, I'm just kind of like, it's like, it might get me in the moment. That doesn't mean that everything I see is garbage. It just means that it just doesn't linger as long. But that one lingered. Because all I kept thinking about was, is that real? I should look it up. Is it real? I need to look it up. Like, because they did such a good job of making you think it was real. Like, it was so good.
Okay, I have to rephrase. So, as much as like I would say Dark Skies is my favorite, it still scared me to the point that I hadn't watched it since it was in theaters in 2013. So, I guess I kind of have to say Signs is my favorite because I can actually watch that like a grown up.
Like a big kid.
That's right.
Yeah. Signs is good, but it's a different type of like unsettling, I think. Yeah. It doesn't really hit the same notes that this one hits. And I think that's
it's more like, I would say it's more, I mean, obviously it's still horror, but I would go like more suspense thriller than like straight up terrifying. Horror.
Yeah. So because to your point, there's moments in Signs where you go, "Oh, didn't like that," but you're not. But I didn't lose sleep after seeing Signs. I wasn't like, "Oh God," let me put my glasses of water everywhere just in case. Like that wasn't me after I saw Signs. You know what I mean?
That little girl is my spirit animal because I totally do that with water bottles. Like there's just that everywhere.
Hair in it. She's so freaking cute. When she walks in there, she goes, "There's a monster outside my window. Can I have a glass of water?"
She's just so casual about it.
So casual, like this is my life now because we live in the middle of nowhere. She's so cute. I loved her character so much. She's precious.
She's adorable.
They're dancing on the TV like this. She's so cute. I love it. Precious baby. Anyway, she's not little anymore. The movie's old as shit. So she's older. She's either our age or maybe a little bit younger. I don't know.
No, she'd be younger because I think I was like a freshman when that movie came out.
Yeah. I was trying to think, is it the same girl that plays? I think I know who she is, but I don't want to say it if I'm wrong.
I think she's Little Miss Sunshine.
Yeah, but she also played in I'm gonna be so mad at myself if I'm right and I just didn't. Yeah, this is the girl from Zombieland, right? The younger sister? No. Yes.
I don't know. I haven't seen Zombieland in forever.
That's so good. I should never doubt myself when it comes to movies. I don't know what I was thinking. It is. It's the younger sister. And we'll take sugar-free gum if you got it. You haven't seen Zombieland? Or you said you haven't seen it forever? Okay. Yeah. I actually haven't seen the second one. The first one was really good, though. I like the first one. That has nothing to do with aliens. Anyway, we're doing
Bill Murray.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Oh my God, yes. Do you have any regrets, Garfield? And then when he dies, Emma Stone's character, I can't figure her stupid name. She laughs because of the way he dies. She like she laughs and she goes, I'm sorry, it's sad. I love that movie. That's a good one. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. We did so good, though. I'm so proud of us. We stayed on task.
There was no digressing.
There's always digressing.
There was minimal digressing.
I said that on the phone with a certain someone today, and I was like, oh, no, they're going to hear that all the time now that I've opened that gate. You're going to have to listen to me say that all the time, and they'll be like, now you get why Tasha says that.
I'm telling you, I want a t-shirt. But I digress.
I do say it a lot. It's funny. And because I talk to you and Candace the most, both of you notice it so much more than anybody else. Because I don't type it as much as I say it.
Yeah.
So, I digress.
I love those voice threads. But I digress. And then there's a giggle. And then you carry on.
Oh God. Switching to Telegram to be able to do longer voice notes is like a blessing and a curse. Because anyway, if you don't use Telegram and you're still watching at this point, you should use Telegram. We love Telegram. It's fun. And you can do voice notes for literally as long as you want. I think the longest one I've done was 20 or gotten sent was 20 something minutes. Remember? I think I was telling you about that one.
Yeah.
And you were like, Jesus.
It's like listening to a podcast on my way to work. Like,
well, look, I don't know what to tell you, except for the fact that y'all already know I can talk. It's not a secret.
No.
Anyway. Okay. Well, those are our 2 alien movies for our little conversation for this time.
Yeah, man. Loved them. If I text you in the middle of the night, that's why.
I'm here for you, boo. I probably won't get no sleep either. I'll be like, oh my God. I mean, be like, well, let me see how many people go missing in this neighborhood. Let me see real quick.
If you're reading this, they showed up at my house.
If you never see another video, if we don't make it to the live next week, we are dead. We are in space somewhere, not probably enjoying our vacation from reality. So like,
the aliens were pissed we gave away their secrets.
Yeah. Don't go digging and putting your nose in places it doesn't belong. So that's our episode on The Fourth Kind and Dark Skies. And Tasha will be coming back. You're coming back. Are you going to be off to do on the 16th?
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember what day. Yeah, because it's a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next Wednesday, we're going to be doing a live for literally no reason. We're
because we feel like it.
Because we wanna. So I have a 3 foot by 4 foot cork board over there. And I have all this really cool, like these really sweet little thank you notes from people. I got my Bigfoot Society membership card today. We're gonna, I'm gonna put stuff on my board and we're just gonna talk horror movies and who knows what else.
I'm sure there are a lot of rabbit holes that will be explored.
Yeah.
Always are.
There may have to be some drinking involved. But I don't know. I'm hoping it won't. I don't know how long it's going to last, but if you're available next Wednesday and you want to come hang out with us, we will be live for the first time in Voices history. Anyway, so yeah. So if you guys are available and you want to come chit chat with us, I have no idea what we're going to talk about. We're just going to hang out. I'm probably going to drink because it's going to be a crazy conversation, and I'm going to put some cool stuff on my board and chit chat. Then just kind of hang out, and I'm going to make Mike man the chat so he can tell me what people are saying while I'm putting stuff on the board.
Sounds like a good job to have.
Yeah, he can do it. And I think, and I know we're going to talk about the artists and stuff for all the people that are, you know, for all the stuff that I'm going to put up. I'll talk about the artists and stuff. One of them is going to be most of what I have, but that's okay. I've got other stuff too. So anyway, all right, cool. Well, that's our wrap up on those 2 movies. And we'll see you guys next Wednesday. We're going to start at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully. I have a toddler, so it might be like 8:30. But you know what? I'm just going to say, I think I should just say 9. I think I should say 9. 9 is plenty of time to, I think. I'm just going to say 9. So next Wednesday at 9 o'clock EST, we will be on hanging out if you guys want to come hang out with us.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be a train wreck. It's going to be entertaining.
I mean, even watching a train wreck is fun if you're not involved.
Anyways, okay, so yeah. So we'll see you guys hopefully next Wednesday for our live. Because there won't be a regular video. That will be the video for next week.
Sounds good.
Yep. So hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Mm-hmm. Oh, I have a Thursday episode this time. So Thursday is an episode with for Voices and Steve Talk Horror, and we are talking werewolves. So make sure you circle back for that, and then come back for the live. Yeah. Anyway, so that's all I have for this. So hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.